Take two. We're going to call this meeting to order at 4:59. This is the Education Student Services Committee meeting, Wednesday, February 11th, 2026 at 5 o'clock. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see you all. Can we start with a roll call, please? Start with Dr. Zacken.
Here.
Kathy McGuire here.
Maddie Crossan here. Krista DiPaolo here.
Joe Rutz here.
Michelle Bisaquino here.
Martin Hayes here.
Althea Tomlinson here.
Thank you. Next, we'll do the approval of the minutes. Item 3.1, we approve the minutes from the January 14th, 2026 Education Student Services Committee meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Item 4, approval of the agenda. Be it resolved that the Education Student Services Committee approves the February 11th, 2026 Education Student Services Committee agenda as per the attached. Are there any corrections that need to be made by PA law?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Thanks. All right. Next, community comments on the agenda. We do not have any community comments as far as I can see. So we'll move on to item 6, information items.
Thank you, Mrs. DiPaolo. I can share that we have upcoming board meetings and committee meetings. Our Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for this Thursday, tomorrow at 4:45 p.m. Operations Committee meeting scheduled for Friday, February 13th at 11 a.m. And we have our school board meeting, Committee of the Whole, Tuesday, February 24th at 7 p.m. I will also share in terms of other topics and upcoming informational items. We plan to have a presentation on our middle of the year data in March, as well as bringing to you opportunities for a summer Lego camp. Additionally, solutions for ensuring we are able to provide the summer book packs for as many possible students as we can. April, we're going to be looking at bringing forth subscription renewals, which would be ongoing. And then in May, excited to talk about and present and share Outstanding Achievement Award for Centennial employees.
Great, thank you. Any discussion or any questions?
I have a question. So your achievement awards for outstanding employees, is that all because of what happened with the bus department, transportation department? I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
No, and I'm aware, but that it has to do with a long-standing, many decades tradition in Centennial of recognizing staff who are going above and beyond in Centennial School District.
It's like the 5-year pin, like one of those type of things, 20-year pin, whatever, recognitions.
No, it has, and this is, it's outlined as I've learned very explicitly in policy, and I'm excited to really get to be part of this and lead this, recognizing staff who have served in Centennial for a set period of number of years, who are being recognized as it relates to a specific rubric for exceptional service. That can be aides, it can be cafeteria, it can be our custodial staff, teachers, principals, and it is a very formalized process, and really neat. And I don't want to misspeak with the date, but I want to say that it's 3+ decades that it's been going on.
And we always do it in the spring. Yeah, we always present them at the end of the school year. Any other discussion? And then the next information item, Mrs. Tomlinson, the community feedback on the comprehensive plan.
Good evening. How are you today? Dr. Zacken, would you be so kind as to scroll down to 6.2 and click on the document that's to the right? There you go. Thank you. And if you could click on the link. Thank you very much. So this document, this link is actually posted on the website if you go to the comprehensive plan. It is where the original survey was posted for the last 28 days, and now in its place, you will be able to see this high-level overview or summary. So if you could scroll down for me, wonderful. You can see here that there were 4 main participation groups, which breaks down into elementary, middle, or high, or other. There were 224 participants with 54 thoughts, and 555 ratings, which means that of the 224 participants, 54 comments were written, and then those 224 participants rated all of those comments. And so based on that, then certain comments went to the top as being high-level comments that people agreed with, or certain comments went down to the bottom of the list as being ones that they didn't agree with as much. So you can see here what the breakdown was by building. So you can see that the most participation happened from William Tennant High School. We did include students in the ability to respond to the survey. It was sent out to all high school students. And so you would probably see more participation there. Additionally, then looking at the other participation, then you would see that Klinger, thank you. Thank you very much, was participating as well in that survey. And then all of the other buildings.
You were only supposed to respond once, Mr. Hayes.
I heard vote early and often.
Excellent. If you could scroll down a little bit more. And so then this has, instead of, if you click on view there, instead of having all of the 50 some comments, it has the top 5 comments that were most highly rated for the comprehensive plan. I'll give you a moment to take a look at that. And then it breaks down the information into sentiments. So basically, whether or not the comment was considered to be negative, positive, or neutral in regards to the comprehensive plan. And this is determined by AI within the Thought Exchange platform. And so you will see that generally the thoughts were either neutral, they were just comments about implementation or things to think about, or they were positive sentiments about the plan overall. And then there were a few lesser negative comments of other nature. So when looking at the feedback as an administrative team, we did share the feedback overall with the committee and got feedback from that committee, which we met on the 27th of January. And I did receive a form from that committee about feedback about specific areas to look at. What we felt was that most of the feedback could be things that we addressed during the implementation of the plan. There was nothing in the plan itself that needed to be changed, deleted, revised. And so we're going to take all of that feedback and use that as we move forward over the next 3 years. Any questions?
Mrs. Tomlinson, with the feedback, you haven't gone through all of it yet, correctly?
So the administrative team has looked at the comments and the information that is there, yes.
Any idea of any trends or anything that really stuck out?
So there were a couple of things to look at as far as just making sure that we're informing everyone, being transparent about the plan as we move forward. We talked a little bit with the committee about some of the themes that we saw overall. One of the themes was a lot of a comment about trying to support and improve attendance, was a piece that came about. I'm trying to think if there were other themes that I can think of off the top of my head. But I can look more and share that with you as well. Do you remember?
A few positive ones, I think. We're about kind of staying the course. I'm really wrapping it up with what we've done with curriculum, continue
Absolutely.
to align standards, continue what we're doing with the assessments. I just remember some of the positives that popped out.
Thank you. So the survey was posted 28 days ago, starting in January. So the comp plan work, which we presented last night, had been working since last January. And so any of the feedback that we received within this particular survey was just over the last 28 days about the work in the plan.
Essentially, yes. It was nice. It just stood out to me. It was nice that this is a comprehensive plan, and then seeing the progress that we've made as a district in the last 3 years from the last comp plan. Someone's really reading the comp plan, which I appreciate. Was Dr. McGuire, good stuff. Continue what you're doing in these areas of curriculum, instruction, assessment, and speaking to that was just it was just nice to read because it still informs our comp plan now for the next 3 years as well.
Thank you for that clarification. I don't think I understood your question at first, so thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Next, presentations. Dr. Zakin, the 2026-2027 academic calendar.
Thank you. I want to lead and share and start with gratitude for getting the opportunity to run through the calendar process in Centennial School District. Having experiences with putting an elementary school calendar together, middle school calendar, high school calendar, and now the district level calendar, it's never easy. And I'll share that there is and I'll talk in more depth about the committee, but I would like to recognize gratitude towards the team here, Mrs. Bisaquino, for your help in putting this together. She and I looked at this calendar up, down, left, and right, turning it sideways at times, and counting over and over again. And what we're presenting to you tonight is the proposed 26-27 calendar for initial review, any feedback, and ultimately tonight I think of as a key milestone in getting this approved for what will go to our board and you in March. And if I could lead with our mission, vision, and how we used the calendar, I think the committee and the team uses the calendar to ensure we are focusing on all our children and giving every student the opportunity they need to thrive and be successful. There's a calendar committee, and these were the objectives that I shared with the calendar committee. I'm not going to read them to you, but ultimately, if I could, in summary, share that historical context, understanding specific challenges of previous calendars, understanding the culture of our school district, the community, recognizing all stakeholder voices, ensuring we have compliance and continuity, in particular as it relates to contractual obligations, and giving an opportunity for feedback. And that was my main objective, our main objective for the committee. We met 2 different times, and I will talk about that here shortly. Talked as well about the compass, our Centennial Compass, guiding our decision-making as well as ensuring that we are student-centered, leading with integrity, excellence in teaching, and a unified effort. And this calendar reflects just that, in my opinion. These are slides that I think are incredibly important, and I will give credit where credit's due to previous leadership. This was the why for a calendar committee. And if I could share that the greatest impact and source of student success is the teacher, right? And the teachers in front of our students, and is getting our students in front of teachers as much as possible. You can see that the reasons and rationale here for the committee, ultimately that it's my understanding that there were some challenges with previous calendars. So a Centennial School District Calendar Committee was formed. Another slide that I find highly valuable as it relates to the development of a calendar, I'm grateful that the focus is on curriculum, instruction, and assessment, why we do what we do, but all the systems within it, and one of those systems being the school calendar, and at the center of it is our students. Another slide that I lifted, and I'll share the value of the calendar committee, the why. And in summary, to improve student learning and growth. main focus of the committee, but also creating consistency and continuity for our families from year to year so that they know what to expect and they're not caught off guard. And I will also, and I'll breeze through the next couple slides, but just share that we did our best to mirror what has been done in the past for previous calendars. The committee was made up of union leadership, association leadership from CEA, building level leadership, teacher leadership, district level leadership, and we met 2 different times, the 22nd and 29th, to go through and share draft feedback, or the draft, get their feedback, review revisions at the next meeting, and now we're bringing it to you on the for educational committee discussion, and then we'll bring it to the board meeting on the 24th of March. Some feedback that was shared from the calendar committee. Ultimately, an understanding and justification for the minor adjustments we had to make. The calendar, for lack of better phrase, excuse me, it is what it is in terms of when the weekends fall, when the holidays fall, what we have to adhere to with our collective bargaining agreement, and it gives us very little wiggle room in terms of the days. However, there was some feedback to strengthen, some feedback for consideration for future years, as well as feedback as it relates to instructional opportunities for our students and staff that doesn't necessarily impact our academic calendar, but could impact how we provide professional learning. So here we are, and I think you have a copy of this at your seat, so you can see it closely. It's hard to see on the screen here, and I'm just going to quickly walk through this, some of the highlights. I'll lead with, excuse me, that we will welcome our new teachers on the 19th and 20th for our new teacher orientation induction, or our new teacher academy. The 26th is we will welcome all teachers and staff back for convocation. The 27th will be a professional learning day. And the 28th, which is something that came out of the committee, we'll have the teachers and staff will have a long weekend before we welcome everybody back on August 31st. You can see that we will have a few days off in September. Labor Day will be recognized on the 7th. Yom Kippur will be recognized on the 21st. And I should also share that Rosh Hashanah this coming year falls on September 11th, and it begins in the evening and runs through the weekend. We will have almost a full month in October, but there will be an early dismissal, K-12, and we'll have a professional learning day. November, we will recognize that Thanksgiving holiday with for students having give or take 5.5 days off, including the weekend in there. Our teachers will be off for a 4-day weekend. There will be the winter recess, which is a longer one again this year, for 11 days. And we will welcome everyone back for 2027 on January 4th. Martin Luther King Day will be recognized on the 18th. We have President's Day on the 15th of February. Our spring break, and I read a lot of notes about spring break and how we've had spring break and Centennial over the years, modeling spring break after this year, there will be 5 full days. And just interesting, I can share with you that we met with a student advisory group and asking their feedback on our calendar and their input, and sharing, they had a lot of neat things to say. One of them being asking about the spring break, and the three responses: 1, we want it to be the whole week; 2, we like it how it is, so we can get out earlier; and the third was, I don't care, just tell us what it is. So some mixed responses. Also noting on here, the Fine Arts Festival. The Fine Arts Festival, as I'm coming to know, learn, and appreciate, is is a huge recognition of the arts in Centennial. We're putting that on the calendar. We're making sure we outline that on our calendar. And that's going to be in April. Also, in April, I want to make sure that we point out strategically that is a longer amount of time in front of teachers. And that's, we're approaching the testing window, the high stakes testing window with our PSSAs, keystones, and rolling right into, as well as our AP testing as well, which I'm confident that the AP teachers would appreciate and do. And then the finish line, I would say the finish line will be the last day of school is June 10th. However, backing up our high school graduation will be the day before. And we, Dr. Caracappa, the team, and I went back and forth on what do they want, what is best. And recognizing that Memorial Day falls on, still falls on the 31st, as it always does, but where it falls, and having them ensure we have the night of reflections. The other events, thank you, the senior awards. The MBIT graduation was another schedule that we had to work around, that it falls on the 9th of June. And the feedback and the thoughts were the earlier we have it, the harder it is for those to work around those dates, and almost the more impossible it is to get all those things in and not to overlap. And I recognize as well, we do not and cannot overlap with some of those incredibly capstone celebrations. So all activities are lined up prior, and we will have the staff there to support as well. So when the seniors leave the high school, it will be one day with the rest of the student body, K-11, if you will. So just to summarize and count, if you will, we have the 190 teacher days. We have 181 student days with one snow day built in like we do again this year. And that is on the 18th of May. And our senior days are 180 senior days. So there's an equivalence in ensuring that we meet that requirement. While I recognize there's flexibility, I also learned the respect of those days, that we look at the days as something here in Centennial is incredibly important, the number of days. So with that said, that's the proposed 26, 27 school calendar for Centennial School District. What questions do you have?
Dr. Zachan, you don't know when MBIT graduation is for 27? Is it the 7th of June?
Correct.
Yes.
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 For 2027? Yes, June 7th. Oh, right, it does say there. I'm just thinking Night of Reflections is usually Monday, and Senior Awards is the week before, I think.
Correct.
Okay, I just was looking at the timeline right. And then that Tuesday, the night before graduation, is the Night of Reflections. But you're right, so the week before will be the Senior Awards.
Right, the graduation, MBIT is the 7th, the 8th is the night of reflection.
Yep.
And 10th is graduation.
I just couldn't remember when the Senior Awards were, but now I'm remembering it is the week before.
Thank you.
It looks great. I forget when they are.
I can check with Dr. Caracappa to ask him what date he has on there, and I can always, I can add that if you'd like. He just wanted me to make sure.
Yes.
It's usually like the Wednesday before, I feel like.
So you think maybe the 2nd of June? Okay.
Yeah.
I can check with him and I can add that for.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Senior Awards.
Your orientation or induction is still, that's not a paid program, is it anymore? Induction, do they get paid for that now?
It is part, well, the part of the CBA is where those 2 days fall, and they're required. So yes, the new teachers are getting paid for it. If I'm,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yep.
Used to be, you didn't get paid, as far as I remember. I'm going back a long time.
Okay. Yeah. In terms of those who lead new teacher, I call it new teacher academy, excuse me, induction, they too get compensated for that professional learning. Right.
That looks great, Dr.
Thank you.
Zakin. Thank you so much. October. Oh, yeah, it's a long month. October is. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Item number 8, recommendations. So we'll talk about 8.1, 8.2, 3, and 4, and they're all recommendations to move the 2026-2027 academic calendar to the full board for approval.
Absolutely.
Still learning.
There's your second, and
Okay,
yes,
so-
I vote to move it forward. How about,
Can I get a second on this?
you got a second?
Same.
Same.
Changes.
So item 8.2, 8.3, and 8.4 are the recommendations. Do we vote on them individually?
Move them all at once.
Okay, can we vote to move 8.2, 3, and 8.4 to the full board for approval?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. All right. Any discussion? Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
Did I miss the discussion about the tax, Mr. Butts, for the summer?
We talked about
At the last meeting,
Okay.
Ms. Mealy had presented, it's in the minutes, with the executive summary of where we are with that and bringing back to the Ed Committee a more fiscally responsible plan. We're going back and forth with publishers with two options, if I can in a nutshell summarize. It's either acquire book packs for fewer students or get book packs for all students with maybe fewer books. Those are the two options right now, while we are currently exploring grant options
Right.
so that we don't have to change the structure at all, and we can get all K-5 students book packs of 5 books like we have for the past 4 years.
Mhm.
That's where we're at right now. So we'll be bringing something back to the Ed Committee once we have more solid numbers and a plan. Hopefully with a grant, yes.
I know.
Thank you.
You know how I feel about the summer book, so.
Yes, yes, I appreciate that too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 9, additional public comments by residents. All right, seeing none. Item 10, the next Education Student Services Committee meeting will be held March 11th, 2026 at 4:45 p.m. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Yep, great.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
aye, aye.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.